So, peace to you. AsSalama'laikum. This is Omar Abdul Malik, physician associate and health educator. Wednesday, July 14th, as of the shooting of this video. So once again, my son and I are out here hitting the pavement, preparing for the rock and roll half marathon, possibly Baltimore. But I want to talk to you guys briefly about being a educator and as a PA, so specifically being a college professor. So my experience is that I was an adjunct professor. You're still called an instructor or a professor when you're teaching without tenure, of course, if you're adjunct. But this was from 2001 to about 2005. So I found it very rewarding, and with each semester I taught, I found I became a more efficacious professor. So there's levels to the whole professor game, if you will, quote unquote. We're seeing a lot of that in the media. There's a couple of professors, one that's coming to Howard University to teach because she had to go through a big tenure battle with her the college in which she was going to work. And I think another professor, Cornell West, is going through some stuff. So there's politics with teaching. You know, when you look for jobs as a professor in a PA program, it may be like a one-year contract. And they may say, okay, well, we want a PA who's got at least 5 years experience and is licensed in that particular state. And may have at least 1 or 2 years of teaching experience. That's important because you're not taught how to be a professor at PA school. Yeah, I went on to get a doctorate in health education, so I learned I learned things like education theory, curriculum design and evaluation, program design and evaluation, faculty evaluation, how to make exams and evaluate the efficacy of those exams. So that's education theory and practicum. You're not going to get that in PA school. There's no certification that you have to take in order to become a PA professor. So you do have to learn the politics. So there's the terms. So there's adjunct faculty. So maybe you come in, which is what I did. So you come in maybe 1 day a week, maybe even 1 day a month, and give a lecture. You know, maybe contribute to a block exam. Or maybe you're also, evaluating students while they're on their rotations. When they're doing their rotations at the hospital where you work. So, adjunct and instructor. There's not a lot of responsibility with that. You may or may not get paid. There's a instructor without benefits. So you're teaching for free, kind of, but you're able to say, well, on your resume or CV, you're able to say, well, I teach at this particular school, especially if it's like a prestigious school like Yale. Like you're able to say, well, I'm a professor at Yale, Yale School of Medicine, physician associate program. It looks very good. Or Johns Hopkins. Step up from that is a professor, like an assistant professor. It is what it is. You're maybe playing some small to moderate roles in administration. Maybe you're preparing for the ARC review committee. The folks who are going to come and see if you're if your program is worthy of staying accredited or not. But you're not a full associate professor. Now, the associate professor is one of the higher ups. Those are the folks, quite often they get tenure, which is great, because supposedly you can't get fired if you get tenure, but the political system of the schools have found ways to retract that. Trust me on that. You'll have to really be a serious professor at that point, because your fellow faculty members are looking to you for leadership. So it's not just about teaching or lecturing, it's giving some exams out. It's like, look, you gotta be the person to people go to whom people will turn for leadership. So a lot of that includes administrative roles, like hiring people, interviewing potential faculty members, interviewing potential program chairs, meeting with the dean of the School of Allied Health or the dean of medicine, the medical school, or even the president of the university. So there's a lot of scrutiny actually that goes with that. So that's a caveat. Then there's the chair, the program chair. So you're the head honcho of the PA program. I interviewed for one of these jobs many years ago. The interview went well. They still didn't hire me though. It was good. It was a blessing. But a mercy actually, because the program lost accreditation the next year. But if you're a program chair, then you're expected to really bring it. There's a lot of scrutiny on you. That's a pretty high pressure job, because everybody's looking at you. If the students don't do well, that comes on you. So if you have a low first time board passage rate on the PANCE, the physician assistant national certification exam, the dean of the School of Allied Health, or the college president, is looking at you like, hey man, only 80% of y'all's students pass the board. That's not a good look. National average is 95%. What's going on? You're not preparing? Are your faculty members not preparing your students for the exam? And you can, if they lose accreditation, or, it comes at risk of losing accreditation, that onus also comes on the shoulders of the program chair. So it's a lot of stress and responsibility and accountability. Now, that leads to caveats about teaching, being a program instructor as a PA. So, being a professor does not pay anywhere near as well as it does in the clinics. It can be up to 30% less. So if you're a hospitalist like myself, and let's say you're making $130,000 a year, for wages and bonuses and all that other stuff. Well, if you're going to teach full time, you may get 90,000, maybe 100. More like 90 to teach full time. Now, granted, you get weekends off. There's obviously no call, holidays. You get the summer off. But depending on where you live, like I can't live off of 90,000 and support. I got a wife and 4 kids. It's like, it's not gonna work. So you gotta ask yourself where you are financially. Can you afford to teach? Again, also the caveats. You gotta get students and faculty to respect you. If you're full-time, you gotta publish. There's a saying, publish or perish. Present at conferences. You can join support groups like the Physician Assistant Education Association. they teach you how to be a faculty to some degree, no pun intended. But that's it for now. I wish you guys the best of success in your positive endeavors. I'll put pertinent links in the description, inshallah. Take care. Peace.